Okay, so there's one more series video for this first truth. We're going to talk about God's pursuit. Back to Genesis, in chapter 2 it says this, "Then the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he placed the man that he had made." Now maybe you would just normally pass over this verse when you're reading the Bible, but notice what this is saying. God created a place for him to be with man. God was with Adam and Eve in Eden in Genesis chapter 2. See, God created people for relationship with him. And long before we thought about pursuing him, God has been pursuing us. We see this sentiment again in Exodus chapter 6. God says this, "I will claim you as my own people and I will be your God." See, this is the heartbeat of God. God always wanted it to be this way. He wants to be with his people. This is why he created us. And the whole story of the Bible is not just a story about people pursuing God, but it's really about God pursuing people. And at the end of the Bible, here's what we learn. History will end the same way it began, with God's people living in perfect, face-to-face relationship with him. We see it in one of the last chapters in the Bible, Revelation 21. This is a vision of heaven. It says this, "And I heard a loud shout coming from the throne saying, 'Look, God's home is now among his people. He will live with them and they will be his people. God himself will be with them.'" See, it's the fulfillment of Exodus chapter 6, verse 7. And then look at Revelation 21:7. It says, "All who are victorious will inherit all these blessings, and I will be their God, and they will be my children." So at the beginning of the Bible, we see God pursuing people. At the end of the Bible and at the end of history, we see that the pursuit comes to completion, and that's all because of truth number one, that life begins with God. But the world of Genesis 2 and Revelation 21 is far from the world we live in today. See, something went terribly wrong, and we'll get to that in truth 2. But for right now, why don't you pause and talk about this, and then we'll see you in the next video.